Good day mga kamaestro matuto. Good day grade 6. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Maestro Matuto. But before I proceed to our lesson, please like and hit the bell icon for more mathematics video. Mathematics 6, quarter 4, week 3. Reading and interpreting electric and water readings. Let's start. I have here a problem. Mr. Albuena is computing his monthly electrical consumption based on his electrical bill. Last month, he was able to consume 125 kilowatt per hour. When he checked electric meter, the reading is 199 kilowatt per hour. How many kilowatt per hour did Mr. Albuena consume this month? Look at the picture. The amount of electricity that Mr. Albuena consumed, subtract the previous electric meter reading from present electric meter reading is 199 and 125 kilowatt per hour. So the present is 199 and the previous reading is 125. So we're going to subtract. So 199 minus 125, the answer is 74. So Mr. Albuena consumed 74 kilowatt per hour of electricity for this month. What have you noticed in reading electric bill? Let's find out. Matuto time! How are we going to read? Always read all the dials from right to left, starting from dial E to dial A. So starting from here, we have 3. Why 3? Read the number of pointer of the dial. If the pointer appears to be exactly a number, check the dial from right to find out the correct reading. If the dial has not passed 0, then use the number pointer is pointing on the dial you are reading. If the dial has not passed 0, then make sure of the smaller number on the dial you are reading. Like for example, in this. In this case, it is not yet pointing in number 4. So, you're going to count clockwise, like like shown in the arrow. So, it is clockwise, the letter E. Letter D is counterclockwise. In this case, the point is in 0, so this will be 0. Another, it is clockwise. It is not yet reached 8, so the point is between 7 and 8. The answer is 7. 3, it is counterclockwise. 4 is not yet going to reach, so the answer is 3. And last, 5. So the reading is 53,703 kilowatt per hour. How about in reading electric meter? Read and interpret the dials on the meter below. In dial E, we have 5. Dial D, 1. C, 4. B, correct, 7. A, 0. So, the result is 7,415 kilowatt per hour. Again, 7,415 kilowatt per hour. On a digital meter, you should record all the digits shown display. So, this type is called digital type. Another is this is the dial type. It is not important to include any zeros at beginning. In the example, the meter reading is 9,410. In dial type, we have started with letter E. So we have 0, 9, 4, 1, and 0. 9,410 kilowatt per hour. So the consumer consumed this 9,410 kilowatt per hour. What is a water meter? A water meter is a device that measures the volume of water delivered to a property. Some water meters measure water in gallons while other meters volumes in cubic feet. Most residential water meters are located near the curb or sidewalk at the front of the property in a concrete box. The water meter box will have a metal or plastic lid and may be marked water meter. To read the water meter, first start reading from right to left clockwise. Read the number by pointer of the dial. When the pointer is between two numbers, the lower number is recorded. If the dial on the right has passed 0, then use the smaller number on the dial you are reading. Number 2, if the pointer appears to be exactly on a number, check the next dial or lower dial to the right to find out the correct reading. Third, record the numbers from right to left as illustrated in the previous page. So you're going to count, or you're going to look from right to left. So in this case, we have 3, another, here is 5, in between 6 and 5, from right to left, all are clockwise. In this case, 1, and another here, another one is 8. Computing water and electric consumption. To compute for water or electric consumption for a particular period, simply subtract the previous reading from the present reading. Problem solving. Chetan, made a record of their 3-month electric consumption. The initial reading is 973 kilowatt per hour. In January, they reach 1,120 kilowatt per hour. In February is 1,353. In March is 1,512. Assume that the basic charge for the first 30 kilowatt per hour is 120 pesos and the succeeding kilowatt per hour is charged 6 pesos. For the computation, to get every month's electric consumptions, get the total consumption for 3 months, then divide it by 3. For January, 1,120 kilowatt per hour minus 973 is equals to 147 kilowatt per hour. In February, we get 1,352. We're going to subtract from January, which is 1,120. So 1,120 is equals to 232 kilowatt per hour. Another is in March, we're going to subtract from February. So 1,512 kilowatt per hour minus 1,352 kilowatt per hour. So the answer is 160 kilowatt per hour. To get the electric bill, we're going to add and subtract. So now get the amount for each monthly consumption with the conditions that the first 30 kilowatt per hour is 120 pesos and 6 pesos per remaining kilowatt hour. That is for January. So we have 120 pesos and remaining 6 pesos per kilowatt per hour. So what are we going to do? So 147, which is the given in January, subtracted by 30 pesos or 30 kilowatt per hour times 6. So 147 minus 30, the answer is 117. And you're going to multiply by 6 is 702. Again, 117 times 6 is 702 plus 120. The amount of January bill is 822 kilowatt per 802 pesos. So for January he will pay for 822. In February, we have consumed 232 kilowatt per hour. So you're going to subtract in 30 kilowatt per hour and multiply by 6 pesos remaining kilowatt per hour. The same method in January. So we have 232 minus 30 is 202 times 6. The answer is 1,212. We're going to add by 120. The answer is 1,332 pesos. So for February, he will pay 1,332 pesos. In March, we have 160 minus 30 is 130 times 6 is 130 times 6 is 780 plus 120. The answer is 900 pesos. So for March, he will pay 900 pesos. For the average monthly consumption, for January, we have 147 plus February 232 and March is 160 kilowatt per hour divided by 3. So 147 plus 232 plus 160 is 540 divided by 3. The answer is 179 and 67. So the average monthly electric consumption is approximately 179 and 67. Problem solving. Kurt's record of their water consumption is as follows. Initial reading is 113. In January, 254. In February, 458. March is 648. Having an initial reading of 113, so the water consumption for each month is in January 254 minus 113. So the answer is 141 cubic meter consumption for January or 141 meter cube. For February, we have 458 subtracted by 254, the previous from January. So the cubic meter is 204 water consumption for February. In March, we have 648 subtracted by 458 the previous month. The answer is 190 cubic meter water consumption for March. To get the total amount of water consumed, so 141 plus 204 plus 190 is 535 cubic meter. So the average consumption, you're going to divide by 3. So 141 plus 204 and 190 is 535 divided by 3. The answer is 178 and 33 cubic meter. Math challenge. Have you ever tried to write a story? What is your story about? Think of a story related to the use of water or electricity, and then create problems involving electric and water consumption with reasonable answers. This is Maestro Matutulusia Talk. Keep on studying and your life will be happy. See you next week. Don't forget